I began planning my meal as I stared out the window at the storm working its way through my balcony garden. Thought about how it was whipping around the corn leaves and breaking the green onions. I thought then also of the trees I'd seen at the park just a couple weeks ago. They were full of nuts, but they were all up high. I wondered if the wind perhaps had knocked them all down. Alright, as you can see, I'm just at a park and I'm under a black walnut tree. No, not black walnut tree. That's a black walnut tree over there. And this would be a juggling tree or a butternut. But as you can see, they're just littering the ground. These are kind of sticky, but you get used to it and it does eventually wipe off. But I just got my bucket out and there's plenty for the wildlife. They do not miss any of it. So yeah, I think I got all I need, honestly. I'll probably fill it until it's like spilling over. But yeah, that's what I'm doing out here. There we go. Oh wow, this thing is hefty. I think it weighs about a pound. So here you can see the corn survived a little We're here. I had to have Carrie show me the way. I could not remember where the tree was, but look, there's an apple on the ground, and if you look up, you can see there's more apples. I don't know what variety this is, so I don't know. They're not very big, but I tasted one last time I was out here, and they're very good, very sweet and tart. More on the tart side, but very good. I mentioned that I brought gloves this time because last time there's a lot of this just around, and there's a lot of, I think that's like spiky raspberries and blackberries and stuff. So I brought gloves this time so I can actually just pick the apples that fell to the ground. They're all underneath this stuff. All right, here we got some apples. Some of them have a couple dings, but I definitely will not be, I'll be harvesting from the other side of that apple. But yeah, we got it. I just go in here and take a bunch and just pick them up and throw them. Oh, looks like I got some root that time. But yeah, I just twist the bunch and just throw them in the basket. I'll separate out the grass later. I just picked this off of my corn. You know what this is? I'm pretty sure this is baby corn. I just found out that baby corn is like one of those things that actually is what it says it is. So it's actually very young corn. So I'm gonna open this and I'll show you what it is. I can't do it one-handed, sorry. Okay, so here's the waste apples, and here's what we got for eating. And I'm going to go ahead and try that. Those are really good. They're sour, about as sour as a Granny Smith, but maybe just a touch sweeter. Those are good apples. They're very tiny, but really good. Alright, so I ended up with about 3/4 of a pound of apple chopped up. That's fine, that's all we're gonna need. So I've got a small stock pot here. I'm just gonna drop the apples in it. We're gonna bring the heat up, and once it starts simmering, I'm just gonna cover it with a lid and let it just soften. I'm not really going to be adding a ton of flavor at this step, but I will actually add, I've decided to add a little fennel to the mix. And I'm just gonna add a pinch of the fennel seeds here, like just a few. And that's gonna make the risotto taste nice and licoricey. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and cover it now. Great. So our water is boiling for the farro. I've got 2 cups of farro that I'm just going to do this. If you were using brown rice, I would also boil it in just a copious amount of water. The water is gonna allow the rice to hydrate, or in this case, the farro. It'll allow the grains to hydrate to 100% of their capacity. And, I don't know, it also can remove impurities like arsenic. So I've been preferring boiling over steaming my rice lately. Oh, and the apples, now they've come up to a simmer. So I'm just gonna turn the volume on low here. Volume heat. And put the lid on it, and I'll just let that work while I'll prep this other stuff here. Lion's mane here. I found this just driving around Tacoma, and it was growing out of a, oh gosh, I want to say it was an alder? I don't know. It was growing on a tree on the side of the road, and I asked my partner to pull over immediately, and I ran out and grabbed it. But yeah, so these teeth here are excellent for eating. They're very soft. They kind of taste fish-like. This top part is very tough and fibrous, so I'm going to cut this off, dry it, and powderize it for pills later. Because lion's mane might just be one of the most beneficial mushrooms you can eat. Maybe not as beneficial as a reishi, but... Alright, so the plan with the lion's mane and the baby corn is to fry it. And so this is just flour, and I'm adding a little bit of chili powder. Whatever you add to this, it's really, whatever you want. Some salt. And I like ground black pepper. And definitely some garlic powder. And I'm gonna mix this all up. And we're gonna... Oh, I'll mix it better with 2 hands. Hold on. Alright, got it. I'm gonna do this. So first, everything goes into the dry. And I'll probably do the corn separate just because it's one baby corn. And I want it to be perfect. Alright, got them in the air fryer for 5 minutes. Now that we are very close to plating, it is time to prepare the dandelion greens in the apple cider vinaigrette. To prepare the dandelion greens, I rinse them and wash them, and then slice them thinly. Alright, to plate, you want to put down your farro risotto first, follow that with your fried mushrooms, then stacks of the dandelion greens. Lastly, place plucked herbs with tweezers all around it, and then drizzle the entire plate with the remaining vinaigrette. Alright, here is the final plate. I've got the cilantro, nasturtium, so some herbs, and here's the dandelion. I have chiffonade and dressed. It's very bitter. It should help pair well with the apple's sweetness and tartness. I'm hoping this works out. Actually ready to eat this. It has gone cold, but you know, that's the magic of cameras. So aside from that, I'm gonna give you my, I guess, first and honest reaction. So I'm gonna pick up some stuff here so you can see it. Where's that camera? I've got a little bit of everything on there. I will try the lion's mane in my second bite. Mmm. So that's pretty good. I'm wondering if it's just a touch too much fennel. It does seem overpowering. I might, if I were to do it again, maybe use more onion powder or something to bring up the onions, or just add a bigger onion. So I think some onion nose would be nice in there, but the cilantro tastes really good. Let's try the lion's mane. Pepper wants some. She's begging. Mmm. Mmm. So that's my first time cooking lion's mane like that with buttermilk. I like it. Could use a little more salt, but it's still very good. Tasty, succulent. Nice crunchy shell to it. And it matches well with the overall dish. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I'm wondering all of the sorts of different ways you could take this, but I think there's certainly a lot of room for like the basic setup to mess around with flavors a little bit more. But oh, I also added peas because I like peas. But yeah, it's nice, looks nice, tastes nice. I like this. I'm gonna write down the recipe and share it with everybody. I hope you enjoy. And so the last thing I'd like to say is, if you do go foraging, be careful. Sometimes there is broken glass and other things on the floor that could hurt you. I also found out that the park that I got the butternuts at may be contaminated with heavy metal pollutants like arsenic. So anyway, have fun and be safe out there.
All right, we're going.
Just, okay. I already knocked down a couple that were loose using the stick method. Again, Carrie's, I was trying to shake the tree and Carrie's like, you just try hitting them down with this end. Or a stick, but I wasn't doing it very good.
Did you watch out?
Well, that's okay, I got plenty of apples. I don't need another. But you get the idea.